I'm going to go over the Chrome extension Screencastify, and the extension is part of an integration that works with Google Chrome, and it's a great way to be able to screencast your desktop and also webcam if you want to record yourself. But it's a really just easy recording tool to create content videos or any other kind of tutorials that's just really useful to be able to help your students just one other way. So Screencastify is this little orange arrow up at the top in your extension bar. If you don't have the Screencastify extension, all you have to do is go into your app's waffle and go into the Chrome Web Store. You can also access the Chrome Web Store simply by just typing in Chrome Web Store, and it'll be the first search result that shows up. And when you open that up, if you just type in Screencastify, it's the first extension, and then you can just add it to your Google Chrome and it'll automatically appear up at the top in your extension bar. When you first click on the Screencastify icon, it's going to ask you to sign in. So you just have to make sure you sign in with your ACES Google account, and then it will prompt you to choose whether or not you want your videos to be saved in your drive or on your local device. Definitely make sure that you select Google Drive as where you save your videos. This will create an automatic Screencastify folder in your drive, and any video that you create using this application is going to get stored in your drive in that folder. If you only record in your local device, that means that you only have access to the videos from that particular device. So saving it in your drive means that I can access this video and work on it at any time, no matter where I am, as long as I can be logged into my Google Chrome. If I ever want to change any of my settings within Screencastify, it also shows you some keyboard shortcuts while you are recording. And you can configure your own recording shortcuts as well. You can just click on the hot dog here on the side, and that'll give you the drop-down menu for all of your menu options. Your recordings are also accessed through here. You don't have to do it directly from your drive. You can look at all of your recordings from this section, and you can also access the Screencastify editor, which would allow you to do some simple edits on your video. You can trim it, you can cut some pieces out and bring them in. It's a very simple editor to use within Screencastify as well. When you sign in the first time with your ACES account, it's going to automatically link you to our school license, so you will have all of these unlimited features. So when I'm ready to record my screen, all I have to do is click on my Screencastify arrow, and it will ask me the first time around to make sure that I allow access to the webcam and my microphone. So make sure you click on allow, and then you'll have these three options of recording. What I'm doing right now is the desktop option, where no matter what I do on my desktop, whether I switch tabs or minimize my window, anything that happens on my desktop is viewable by the viewer. If I were to choose the browser tab, that means that my recording is only going to record what's on the current tab that's open. If I were to switch to a different tab or minimize, that is not going to be recorded. And then finally, you've got your webcam option, which means it's only going to record your face. The microphone, it's going to tap into your default mic. If you have a different mic, you could always change from there. If you have a different one, oops, let me open my window back up. Make sure that your microphone is always toggled on so that you can record. And then it also has the option of embedding a webcam. You can turn that off or on. The embedding a webcam means that you'll have that little preview window in the corner. You decide whether you want it at the top or at the bottom of you talking while you go ahead and present your video. So you can toggle that on or off depending on your preference. If you click on the Show More options, by default, Screencastify has a 3, 2, 1 countdown that you get right before it starts recording. And you know it's recording when you see this little red dot that shows up right over the arrow. That lets you know that it is a recording in process. If I want to extend my countdown for longer, I can do that as well. Once I am ready to go, then I can go ahead and click on Record. There's also a lot of drawing tools that are available to be able to use when I record. Let me go into a presentation to show you, because you won't be able to use the drawing tools if you're just in the basic Google search bar. So let me just go ahead and open up my drive really quickly. And so if I were to click on record, it'll ask me to share my entire screen. And I click on share because I clicked on the desktop. So it's sharing my entire screen. Click on share. It's going 3, 2, 1. And then down here in the bottom, I have my recording tools. So I can have my little mouse pointer. If I wanted a pen option to draw on it, I can erase. I can also hide my cursor and use highlighted clicks if I wanted to emphasize something while I'm doing it. And then down here, I can also pause my recording if I needed to. And this would go ahead and hide my tools. If I wanted to, if I'm done recording and I'm finished with everything, you see the little red button here letting me know that I'm in the process of recording. Once I'm done recording, then I can click on pause. And then you see that there's a stop button, which lets me end my recording completely. Or if I just pausing it for a second and I want to continue my recording, then I can resume by just the play button. But let's say I'm done recording. So I can click on stop, or I can click on stop sharing for Screencastify. That's also going to end the recording. So let me go ahead and click on stop. And you'll notice that Screencastify will automatically start to save your recording on your Google Drive when it's done. It's going to, by default, just title it the date and the time. So you need to make sure that you title the screencast. And then down here in the bottom, I have my recording tools. Well, we know it works. And right here, you have the trimming option. So once this is done loading up, and you see it's done because it's ready to copy the shareable link, I can open it in my editor, and I can actually then edit my video in any way that I want to do so. So it's going to take me straight into my editor. Let me get this out of the way. And just give it a few seconds. And so there's a basic things that I can do here. I can trim my video. I can add some text into my video, or I can select a particular clip that I can want to move or get rid of. So it does have some basic editing that you can do. And then once you're done editing, it will save it. And then this new version will be saved into Screencastify. So let me just say that this is pretty much done how I have it, so that's fine. Then you can click on, and then down. Goodness, this keeps playing. So now that this is ready to go, I can share this multiple different ways. The basic way is that I can just get a shareable link that comes directly from my Google Drive. I can copy this shareable link, and I can then post that on my Google Classroom or send it or whatever it is I need to do, and they can watch, and people can watch my video. Now, this is fine if this is a video that'll probably be watched randomly, not at the same time. But if a lot of people are going to access your video, then the best option is to actually publish your video to YouTube. And the reason for this is that it's definitely going to work better when you're dealing with a whole class that maybe is watching the video at the same time, or a larger number of people, because it just has better accessibility that way and less glitches. If you have too many people accessing your link from your drive, sometimes it might stall and freeze and it may not work correctly. So you can publish your video very easily just by clicking the publish to YouTube sign. Your Google accounts have YouTube accounts that technically have channels. So it's going to ask you to add a channel the first time. And the first time it's going to then ask you to sign in to YouTube, which whatever channel it is that you want to use. And then it's going to ask you to allow Screencastify, right, to manage your YouTube account for this. So now, and I could have multiple channels on here and toggle back and forth between which one I want to use. So when I click on that, the setting is if I click private, only I can see the video, nobody can see it. You are either going to check on public or unlisted. My videos are public because I don't mind whoever watches my video. They're there to help anybody. If you have something that's information that you really don't want everyone to see, you can always do your videos unlisted. And that way people who have the link to the video can view them. And only those people that have the link to the video can view it. It's not searchable on the internet. One thing to consider, though, with unlisted videos is that if you create a playlist of unlisted videos, it doesn't seem to work on a Chromebook. So if your students are using a Chromebook and they're accessing a playlist, if your videos are all unlisted, it doesn't seem to work correctly. And that's just some kind of weird hiccup that's happening right now in Google, but that is what it is at the moment. So you would definitely go ahead and decide what you want to do with your video. You can title it something different. It's going to pick up the title specifically of what's already in Screencastify, and you can add a description. And then very easily, you just have to click on upload. And then you just give it a few seconds, and it'll upload that video. And then you'll get your success, and you can copy your link, and then you can just share your link out to your classroom that way, copy and paste that link to your classroom. The share to classroom option is great as well. However, it's only going to share your video as your, let me pick my test class here. It's only going to share your video as your Google Drive link. So if I wanted to pretend this was a content video, I wanted to go ahead and go to create materials, go. It's going to then open this up where I can then continue to add into my topic, add some more explanations. And then I can post it directly to my classroom. But once again, it's only going to post, if I use this feature, it's just going to post my Google Drive video. I can also download my video if I needed to. If I was using it for something else and I needed to export it, I can download it as it's going to download as a .web file, or I can export it as an MP4 video. So there's a lot of different options for what you want to use. If I click on more options, I can also share my video with a QR code, or I can send it directly from an email using my Gmail account. So if I wanted to get rid of this video, click on the trash can and that deletes it. All of my recordings I can access there, and I can see all of my different videos that I have created so far. And basically that is the rundown of Screencastify. So I definitely suggest you use the tool. It's really simple to use, but you can create some very powerful videos with it. So happy recording, and thanks for watching.